Good afternoon, friends. I was talking to you last week onwards on a topic special challenges for people in charge. I mean, the basically the bosses, anyone in the heading the institution, what kind of special challenges he or she feels encounters. I've spoken on this subject. Memo 2, first point I talked about memo 2, staff, how to handle me. Then I talked about stop letting your staff overwhelm you. Then I spoke, stop acting if you're managing you, and thereafter stop checking the box. Then I talked, stop being prejudiced about your employee. And today, in the series of these in the series of this talk, today I'll be talking on stop being prejudiced. Stop trying to coach people who shouldn't be coached. My friend, there's a very important human psychology factor. It's in the same way that some of your problems, they do not need fixing because they are an issue to a small minority of people. And as a boss, similarly, as a boss, you should stop trying to change the people who do not want to change. They are simply incorrigible. It sounds very harsh. But there are a section of people who are psychologically so fixed in their ideas, do whatever. They are like an inverted pot. You put tons of water, nothing will sink in. They are like a pebble which is lying in the river bed, in the river. Even after 1,000 years being in water, you take out the pebble and break, it will dry from inside because it just did not allow any water to sink in. They are this kind of people also in every organization. Some people are simply unsalvageable. They are incorrigible. They don't change. They have got their fixed ideas and you can do nothing about it. Such people, my friends, I put it today in under three categories. The first category of people you should not waste your time is that stop trying to change people who don't think they have a problem. There are people who have a very firm belief that they are all knowledgeable, they are all knowing, they don't need to change. And this belief they hold on so strongly that all effort go waste. I might give an example. Try changing an attitude or a behavior of any highly successful person, person in any institution. Impossible, because he's got a firm belief that since he has reached to this pinnacle of his profession, how can anybody can be better than him or her? It's impossible to change them, and they are successful. They are happy about it. They think they're not interested in changing or becoming better or improving themselves. They think they are the ultimate, the prima donna, and they require no more guidance or training or change in their behavior. You try changing your spouse because they are not interested at all. They're convinced that they don't need to. I give you a small example of my friend whose mother was a primary school teacher. Now, primary school teacher, she goes and she has to teach those first, second, third students of her in a very deliberate manner, in a very basic manner, correcting small things, their language, their grammars, their words, their methods, etiquettes. Now, over the period, after having taught for 10, 15, 20 years, this becomes their second nature. And when they come home, they meet any relative, any friend, they will start behaving similarly, considering everybody is a primary school student. They come back home, they start teaching the husband also. Small grammar, no, like this, like this. And a stage comes when the husband gets irritated, says, listen, I'm not your, he has to reply back, I'm not your school students. You can't change them at all, even if they are wrong, because they think that they are in such a position, such a pedestal, where there is no requirement of changing at all, and they are happy about it. My friend, first category of people who said, stop trying to change people who don't think that they have a problem. Stop it. Second category, stop trying to change people who are pursuing the wrong strategy for the organization. They feel there is section, there is minority section of employees everywhere, in every organization. They feel that they are meant for very higher purposes. They are meant for something very important, and they are actually wasting their time here. They are not meant for the institution they are working. They are in the wrong job. You see, their skill is being misused in the present working environment or the organization. My friend, these people, if you work upon them, they are totally time waster. Remember, you cannot make the worst, you cannot change the behavior of unhappy people. Do whatever. They will have 100 reasons to express their happiness because they are happy about it. It has also become their nature. You can never change the behavior of unhappy people. Try it. You can only fix the behavior that making the people around them unhappy. Because of them, if they make other people unhappy, you can work on them, you will be successful. My dear friend, the third category of people, you should not waste your time. I say, stop trying to help people who think everyone else is a problem. I know a boss, I'll give you an example, a boss in a fun business, a good friend of mine. He's running his business pretty well. But he has one shortcoming. When you take the feedback from the employees, you come to know. You firstly make them friendly. You gain their confidence. Nobody give you feedback on the very first day, say, and I want to come for feedback, and they'll start to know. You have to spend a little time with the employees, the surroundings, gain their confidence, and they'll open up slowly. The feedback I got for this fun business boss was that this boss plays favorites. It is totally his method. If he likes somebody's fails, he rewards him with a hike. And a person may be damn good worker, excellent, but he doesn't like him for any reason. He forget about his reward and promotion. He will always be rebuked. For those people whose face he did not like, cherished much, the only way to get a hike or promotion is that to put a gun on his head. That means telling, if you don't do that, I will leave the organization. And he knows very well their utility. And he will willy-nilly, slowly, gradually give us small hike or little promotion. That's it. So this kind of people who thinks that everyone else is a problem, it's very difficult to work upon them and change. My friend, remember, all these special challenges I've spoken for the people in the people in charge, in the high positions. If you think for a minute and pick up a point and work upon your institution, it will definitely become better. And you will achieve this synergy, and you will have a better understanding with your co-workers, colleagues and subordinates. But you have to be very clear. You have to know with whom you got to work, with whom you got to simply ignore it. I was an academic institution, beautiful. And I learned a basic lesson, how they test, how the testing is done. Whether the person wants to change or he is good for the institution or not. The top man says in a meeting, I think tomorrow, day after, we must take a break and close the institution. Most of them, they expressed their reservation, no sir, it's not required. But there were a few category of people, they're sitting in the same meeting, they felt relieved. Wow, wonderful. A good top man immediately identifies such people and keeps a note of it. And he must know that he should stop wasting his time on such people. They should be immediately told thank you, because they have the mindset or come in the category of people on which any amount of coaching, any amount of training, any amount of motivation and inspiration won't work. My friends, remember, people who have this kind of attitude I have just discussed, three categories, they will never give up, and they hold on to their belief as their religious belief that any failure, any mishap, it is someone else's fault, and they hold their belief so firmly that no amount of counseling, no amount of working on them will ever work. You cannot convert them. So my friends, last and final advice I give it to such bosses: save your time and skip this any heroic effort or measures working on such people. This is an argument you will never win. Thank you very much.